Hello Scorpio, and welcome to the Astroflower. And this is going to be your 2022 Astroflower reading. If you don't know anything about the Astroflower, there is links in the description below which will take you to the introductory videos that will help you to understand the elements and the qualities within the Astroflower and the makeup of the petal system that we have. This is a new concept for the new paradigm. So might take you a little bit of a time to get your head around it. It might be worthwhile going and have a look at those videos. We also sell sort of books, which you will also find in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for all notifications for future videos, because we will be doing tarot readings once a week and we will be doing an Astroflower reading once every 2 weeks. Now, the elements and the qualities are affected by the environment that is around us. That is the universal energies that flow through this solar system. So we have a sister channel called Cymatic TV where we do regular energy updates according to the solar activity, such as solar flares or sun flares, coronal holes, filament vibrations, which will affect your elements and your qualities of each sign. So it gives you a better heads up on these sort of readings, and to help you to concentrate on the aspects of your life that probably be better for at that time. So get on over to that channel there that you can see in the description below. Subscribe and click the bell and etc. So with the housekeeping out the way, let's get on to your Astroflower reading, which we're going to be pulling 10 cards, one on each petals, and doing a little bit of a clarification. Okay, so let's just see what we can get for you, Scorpio. Most signs have been having, I've got to say this, most signs have been having a sort of 2022 seems to be a transitional period, and this is why it's a new paradigm, you know what I mean? Everybody seems to be starting afresh on a new journey. Let's just see if it comes out the similar sort of thing for you. So first card, Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, as you can well see there, Page of Swords. Now that's going to go on petal 1, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Petal 1 is concerned with the universal vibrations, which is trying to sort of sculpt and help your karmic path, as it were. And this side here is to do with your spiritual path, and the left hand side is to do with your material path, and these are all to do with your karmic path, the reasons we're here. So for you, Scorpio, this is an air sign, air energy, swords, which you have at your base of your flower. The top part is water, but this is at your base, so this is going to help out a lot with your karmic sort of mission, as it were. And the universe is sort of saying here that this year, 2022, the universe is going to try to encourage within you a learning process. And this learning process might be a really fine line and to deal with sort of very fine things, but it should provoke in you lots of ideas and make you very sort of bubbly in the spiritual sort of sense. So it might have something to do with the new way in which you engage your spirit with the world around you. Let's just have a quick look and let's see what comes out. Look at that, fantastic. Do you know what? Before I started, I was going to say this, that 2022 might be the love year for you. And look at that, the 10 of Cups on your petal 2. So this is your actual karmic mission for this year. So the 10 of Cups is complete and utter plenitude, as it were, in regards to love. So this is not just to do with couples or relationships, because you might well be in a relationship already, but this is to do with also sort of family, sort of community, to do with friends and etc. like that. And it's asking you, the universe is asking you to sort of reassess the way you express your love, or you exchange your love with the community around you. That's what it appears to be happening for you. Let's move on to your physical or your material karmic path, and look at that, the Fool. So this year, this is the same for everybody, not the Fool card, but you have this thing of a leap of faith, and this goes on your karmic path here for your material side. And it is a bit of a leap of faith. Not really your sort of thing, Scorpio. You're not the sort of sign to be gambling and that sort of thing, and to be putting yourself at too much risk as a sign. You know, you tend to be sure and safe as you progress through your life. You're very dependable as a sign. And this could be asking you to take a leap of faith, and this could be to do with work, business, project, building a house, even renovating, or even just changing the decorations in your house. And we'll see what that leap of faith is a little bit later on. Six of Swords. And that goes on petal 4. So this is the universe that is trying to the universe has got your back, basically, in the material world. It's a transition from one side to another. And they say it's the rite of passage. But what they're sort of saying, the universe is sort of saying is, as you have this leap of faith, do not worry, the universe will make sure you will get to the other side. So it's actually a really good card for that position, Then after that, we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, another starting... not Ace of Wands, sorry, I do apologise. The Ace of Pentacles. So, you basically have your destiny in your hands with where it's regards to the spiritual or love or emotional sort of side of your life. And the thing is, that's a pentacle, so that's normally associated with the material side. But what it's sort of saying there, as far as I can see, is that love is a great emotion, but it is nothing if there is not acts that go along with it. So you might have to this year not just sort of announce your love, but you've actually got to follow it up with concrete things. And it could well, but you never know, it could well be marriage or something like that, or buying a house with someone. It could be falling in love to a dream of living with somebody. And this is on petal 5, so this is this super subconscious level, and this is where your guides sort of help you to sort of create a world around you that sort of indicates your karmic path. So it's going to be sort of coincidences that you might hear on the radio, or you might hear someone say something as you walk down the high road, and what they say might sort of trigger something in you. But it's certainly a path that's got to be a little bit more concrete, a little bit more concrete, I would say. That's the only word that's coming into my mouth. So on your spiritual path, let's see what's going on your material path. That leap of faith, look what that's going to bring you. That's what your guides are trying to bring in for you. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can turn in both ways, but because you've got the Six of Swords with the universe at your back, it appears that, this leap of faith, this change of jobs, this new project, a new business and stuff like that will bring you fortune. That seems to be pretty sure, especially if you apply yourself like I know you can, Scorpio. When you apply yourself, there's no one better than you, really. So your guides are there trying to encourage that sort of fortune. And fortune doesn't necessarily mean money. It could be fortunate. There's a difference between being rich and being fortunate. You can be fortunate is more sort of a case of long-term sort of wealth or income, as it were. So I think it's more of a solid building project. Could be business or a real big, job change. Okay, so look at that. Did I not say it? I think it's going to be a year of love. Hey, okay. So this comes into petal 8. Now, petal 8 is your subconscious. This is where your guides are picking up on your karmic path, and they're advising you, a little bit like the devil and the angel that sits on the shoulders of a Tom and Jerry cartoon, you know what I mean? And that's what's coming in for you on the spiritual or the emotional path. This is a beautiful reading. This is turning into something really nice. So, that's what could be running through your mind as well. And if it is running through your mind, it looks like if you're very concrete and solid with yourself, you'll get it out there. Oh, give over. Really? Seriously? the King of Cups. And this is on your material side. So, you know, usually that's to do with emotions, but I've got a funny feeling it's to do with the fact of falling in love with what you do in work projects and stuff like that. And it seems to be combining the two. So it could be a case of, you know, developing with someone something that you love, you know what I mean? That looks like it, and that sort of thing. You know, the King of Cups is the Knight of Cups. I keep saying the King of Cups. Terrible. The Knight of Cups, he's carrying everything. So, because he's going to go on that journey. So he's got a bowl, he's got letters, he's got a bit of food and everything like that. Bit of a blanket to sit down and have a picnic. But, you know, it's having that diversity within you, which could be difficult for you, Scorpio. And that's what that leap of faith is in your karmic path. And sometimes you just got to follow it through. You know, we can't be sure what's round the corner. And that's why it's round the corner. So, you know, we cannot not go round the corner either. You've got to. You have no choice. But if you go forward with that idea of love and within you, there's a good chance you're actually going to be all right. Yeah, occasionally there's a B flat here and there that doesn't work right. But then life wouldn't be fun if it worked perfectly, you know. It'd be very boring. Yeah? So let's see how this accumulates into petal 10. Queen of Pentacles. If you're going to get a love-orientated pentacle out of the King and Queens, Queen is definitely it. But it's also based upon knowledge. She's sitting at the tree, the base of the tree of life. And although there's not really many in the way of knowledge cards here, but I think this year is it's going to provide a lot of understanding for you and a lot of knowledge. This year seems to be a year of discovering a lot by the looks of things, and it has to do with that leap of faith. Let's have a look what's going on in petal 6, and this is like your inner sanctum, a little bit like your inner child and stuff like that. Okay, so this is a Capricorn card, bit of an earthy card, and Devil. So best the devil you know, I guess, but Devil, so it's more to do with sort of extremes and stuff like that. Maybe that's what you're looking for. You may be looking for a bit of excitement this year. And within you, like that little kid. And when a little kid does something wrong, it's usually because he's learning or they are learning something. So don't be too scared about extremes, because, you know, if you're going to trust any sign to, you know, not to go into too many extremes, I would have thought it would be Scorpio more than anything else. A really good reading. I really do like it. Let's just pull a few cards to do a bit of clarification on this for you. Yeah. Okay. So first things first. Well, this is my travel pack, the smaller pack, and what we're going to do is we're going to unify these 3 cards here with a clarification and see what's going on with that card there. So you have the Magician, you have Temperance, and I'm not going to bring those two, and the Ace of Cups. So on this side here, your leap of faith will be a stage where you would understand or start to realise that you can manifest things in life, and it can bring you good fortune. And when you manifest it, that Temperance will free your spirit up. It will gain you some patience, but also you will fall in love, which I was talking about, and it sort of connects to that Knight of Cups. Fall in love with what you do. And that could be really good. And when you fall in love with what you do, you're never going to work again. Hey, that's the thing. If you love what you do, you're never working. Yeah? So your karmic path seems to be that. It seems to be this learning curve of that you can manifest things. And, you know, if you're there, if you're strong within your mind, you'll be able to manifest it. Let's see what's going on this sort of side. Could you Adam and Eve it? You know, that's London rhyming slang for could you believe it? Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. You know, tying up these with the Ace of Pentacles, it is that journey that you're starting on. And it seems to be a concrete journey. So I really think there could well be new love, marriage, or sort of like, you know, renewing your vows, even if you're in a relationship. Let's see what that is. Setting up those 9 of Wands. So it's a little bit of the sort of boundaries and stuff like that. I think that's what you've got to learn to maybe get rid of with that 9 of, with that Page of Swords. Yeah, I think the universe is trying to sort of say to you, yeah, you've had to battle through your life, and we've all had a hard last 2 years and stuff like that, and you've had to battle hard, and you know, with that battling, you've set up a few barriers, and maybe you don't really need them. So, you know, and being just, you know, justice, another air sign there going on, but yeah, I think this is a real learning curve of how to put your love or your emotions into your couple, into your family, into your community, into your friends, and physically getting involved and actually enjoying yourself and falling in love with it. So I just want to, last bit of clarification, we're just going to clarify these 4 cards here and see how they tie together, because that's the sort of subconscious. This is where you're going to be really connected to it. So, Wheel of Fortune again. This is really good for you. This is tying up this side. So maybe, you know, if you allow that little bit of extreme to come out, it may give you a bit of luck and help you to sort of follow through. 7 of Pentacles. So you've got to, this is this whole nurturing side, you know, and developing yourself of how to put yourself actively into life. Yeah. And the Hangman. So it's going to give you a completely different point of view. And if you do this, if you apply yourself in life, you have security, you have respect from the community. You'll get everything, Scorpio. Absolutely brilliant reading. Really like it. Really do like it. It's a really good reading. Yet again, it's the starting of this new paradigm. It's going to be amazing to see how this pans out with our weekly readings in the tarots, which we do on this channel. And also your Astroflower readings, to see how that progresses, and because we're going to be coming back to this occasionally, so you know, and how the sun will affect your different elements and stuff like that. We're going into new solar cycle, and that mutable fire that comes in from Sagittarius comes across this section here. That was probably going to be activated quite a lot. You don't have a lot of fire in your sign, but you know, you have that section there, and it seems to be that that's where you're going to be really playing, you know, you're fully your life really, and you've got to understand that the universe is behind you, you know. So I think for you in 2022, it's being concrete with your love and actually putting it out there physically. You know, it's dancing with someone, physically dancing with someone. That's an act of love, and that's what this thing's all about. And if you fall in love with that side, it's going to provoke you to actually explore and expand your material world. And I think the universe will have your back on that. And certainly your guides are certainly helping you out on that sort of front. Great reading, Scorpio. It looks fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. So, you know, do subscribe. Click that bell so then we can follow this all the way through the year on a weekly basis. You know, it's good to have you here. Okay, don't forget, life should be fun, so make sure you do enjoy. Okay, have a lovely 2022.